Hello and welcome back to more Pokemon Zeta. Last time we defeated the gym leader, Gideon, I believe his name was. Yeah, Gideon. Or maybe it's Gideon, I don't know. I just say Gideon, even though that kind of sounds weird. But anyway, interesting story, because there's always interesting stories involving these things. I tried to record this once, which I did, but it didn't go so well because you ever get in that situation where you're on a route with a whole bunch of trainers, and you think, nah, I don't need to heal, I'll just keep going. Then you get to that one trainer who has this one Pokemon that just completely wrecks your shit. Just completely. All because you didn't heal, for the most part. Yeah, that's what happened, to the point I was like, you know what, this is just awful. I would have died anyway. I had no revives or anything. So, yeah, that was a thing. Then when I actually recorded this legitimately, when I went back to check it, for some reason, my audio, at least, you know, the speaking part, it sounds like I'm in the distance, in the background. I have no idea why that happened. But so, yeah. So now I'm just sitting here doing this post-commentary. Because that happens, I swear it happens at least once every single playthrough I do. Something happens. Funky. Which, you know what? I'm cool with just narrating. If I don't have to record again, that's completely fine with me. If the audio is missing, hell, I'll just do post-commentary. That is completely fine. It's just re-recording something is where it kind of gets tedious. Well, it depends, especially if it's like a long part. Well, yeah, no, live and learn. That type of things that happen. So anyway, I don't even know what was going on. Double battle, Skitty, Apom. I think my whole point was to get rid of this Skitty first. For some reason, I felt like it was the threat, which it probably wasn't. It's just that I know that it has that cute charm ability, and I'm pretty sure it knows Attract. That's probably why I felt threatened by it. Although Apom is the one using Sand Attack, which didn't screw me over. Normally I have such horrible luck with low accuracy moves. Come to think of it, there are Apoms on this route. Of course, now I'm sitting here thinking about it. I don't think I'll get one. I have used Ambipom. I like Ambipom. I don't know why. I believe it evolves at level 33 once it learns double hit. And I want to say level 33 is when it evolves into Ambipom. I believe. I don't know. I've been trying to catch a Pikachu. What my intention was catching Pikachus on this route, which I did, but I was looking for the ones with like a light ball because I don't know, for some reason now I just won't use Pikachu unless it has a light ball. I have no idea why. I don't think I'd breed it, because you know you breed a Pikachu with a Pikachu that has a light ball, you get the Pichu with the learned move Volt Tackle. I don't know. I probably won't do it. You know, thinking back, and even when I was recording this, I was like, nah, I probably won't. I was actually about to go with Rotom. I don't know if you have a chance to get the things that let it change forms. I want to say yeah in this game, although I'm not entirely sure when that will pop up. Who knows? There's other Pokemon that will pop up eventually, and I keep saying pop up. Poliwag. I think I actually did run into a Poliwag in the grass earlier. But you know, I've already got the water type. I'm hoping I'll have the ability to evolve it sometime soon. It says it has online trading, which I don't know if they mean legitimately online or... It's just interesting. Like, if I can't get the Kingdra, I'm like, maybe I should swap it out with something. I don't know. It's always decisions. I've got to look more into that. I figured they would, since it's a starter for the most part. Yeah, we'll see. Of course, Rain Dance. Wait, that looked weird. That word fail looked really weird, or maybe that's just me. It looked like a giant capital L at the end. Well, that's gone. Actually, this whole part is pretty much nothing but trainer battles. Even though I said my intention was to not have a bunch of trainer battles. I think my goal was, because I keep expecting Shroom to evolve, and I don't know what level that is, which I still never check on. I think even now at like level 22, it doesn't even evolve yet. So I'm wanting to guess that maybe the lucky number is 23. I know it's 20 something, I know that much. So I've gotten to the point where the next battle should probably put me at a level up at 23. Which, it may not be too... I really should look up the evolution. It's like, it's not that difficult for me to do. Like, most Pokemon, I tend to know them. For instance, I know Murkrow needs a Dust Stone. I know Seabiscuit needs to be traded, or whatever I need to do with the... What is that thing? Dragon Scale. I know Ponyta is like level 33? 32. Might be 32. I know it's in the 30s, early 30s. Who else do I have at the current moment? Rotom doesn't evolve. It has the different forms. Any electric types? Do I need an electric type? Probably. I have something to do with flying. I've got a grass type, but at the same time it's also fighting, so I might, yeah. Probably going to. Could have got Shinx too, but it doesn't have a lot of good moves at the moment. So my only options were Pikachu and Rotom. Unless there's more that'll pop up, I have to look at it. I don't even know if there's any electric type gym leaders, maybe. Electric type gym leaders are generally a common thing in each generation. Let's see, what... Has there been an electric gym leader in like every generation? No, Gen 1, there was Surge. Gen 2... Technically, no. As far as Johto goes, technically no. Although, Kanto was in Gen 2, so I wonder if that counts. Maybe. I'm gonna say yes. Gen 3 had an electric one, that was Watson. Gen 4 had, Volkner. Gen 5 had Elisa, or Elessa, how you want to pronounce that. Gen 6 has Clement. So I'm gonna say every generation had an electric type gym leader. Probably. They always have a water one too? There's like certain types that probably always... Usually they have fire, don't they? Unless you want to count Gen... Yeah, Gen 2 is weird because it has 16 gym leaders. Although those 8 are from the first gen, so I don't know. That's kind of hard to classify. I guess if you just want to get just regions on their own, then no. What's the least? They usually don't have that many dragon-type gym leaders. Then you had Claire, and then you didn't have another dragon-type gym leader until... is it Gen 5? Yeah, was it like until Gen 5 till you had another dragon-type gym leader? Yeah, Gen 5 was Iris / Drake. Normally they reserve Dragon-type gym leaders for the Elite Four. What did they have at least? They don't have many Dark-type gym leaders. Have they ever had a Dark-type gym leader? That's an interesting question. I don't think they have. This I'm actually thinking about it. I don't think they have. Like Gen 1, not Gen 2. There was Elite 4, but she didn't have that many Dark types, per se. Elite 4 Karen. Gen 3 didn't have a Dark type. Gen 4 didn't have a Dark type. Gen 5, both Black and White 1 and 2 did not have a Dark. Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a Dark type gym leader. That is really weird. Huh. I feel like they've had every other type of gym leader. Hell, even the Fairy type got a gym leader in Gen 6. Of course, it's the new one. See, that's weird. Gen 2 is when the Dark and Steel came out. The Steel type had a gym. The Dark type didn't. Yeah, wow. I know Fighting, Bug, Rock, Poison, Grass, Fire, Water, Electric. There's a Dragon, I think. Ice has added gym types. Like 3? 3 or 4. Wow, no. I'm dwelling on this for a while, but yeah. That is really odd. maybe next gen or next game, whatever they decide to do. I mean, they've had Dark type Elite Fours, but that's really weird. They've had Ghost type gym leaders. Psychic? Yeah, that is interesting. How many types are there? 17? I think. 17 or 18 or something. You have no love for the Dark type. I mean, you can't say there's a lack of them now. Oh well. I don't really count any gym leader that's had like half like dual types. What is going on? I think I've been fighting mostly fishermen on this route, and I thought, man, this is perfect for Shroom in that sense. And that Rotom I had was still level 10, so anytime he levels up, it's probably be off screen for the most part. Where am I? Oh, right here. I think there's like cuts, because sometimes I don't show the battles for the most part. Unless there was a level up, because I was trying to make progress. I've got one more slot, like in terms of rock and roll. Like, I have a good idea of what I want for that. You know, sometimes having a dual type really helps if you want, you know, a certain type on your team, but you're like, oh man, but my party's full and all that stuff. So having dual types helps. And these fishermen pretty much just all say the same thing, is what I realized before. They say something in the beginning, and then at the end they say, damn it, something, something, something. I remember the damn it part. They all say that. Oh boy. And that horn attack looks really weird. I don't think it looks like a horn. It looks more like a slashing motion. Just because it seems to be more horizontal, or I guess more vertical is the correct term. Meh. They have two Pokemon, and they have two of each. Which one battle I don't show is one guy had two Carvana, both which had Ice Fang, which somehow Shroom survived, because they both did the same thing. They started out with Focus Energy, then with Ice Fang, and luckily I didn't flinch. You'd think I would, but I didn't. That Effect Spore actually does come in handy a lot. I seem to get a lot of paralysis, mostly. Sometimes poison, sometimes asleep. Sleep probably can be the most useful, in the sense that they're not getting to attack ever until they wake up. And that reminds me how sleep used to be broken in Gen 1. And the fact that it's like now, when you wake up, you can attack in that same turn you wake up, but before you couldn't do that. When you woke up, that was it. Your turn was still over. And you could get screwed over really bad if someone kept using Hypnosis and the Pokemon was faster than you. Especially Wrap. Now that I think about it, Wrap was really broken. When you got Wrapped, or any move that, like Fire Spin, any kind of move that trapped you, you couldn't move at all. You couldn't do anything. And when that turn ended, you still couldn't do anything. So that opponent could just keep wrapping you until you were just completely screwed. That's what would happen. I remember once it was like a Dragonair or something that kept wrapping me. Screwed me over big time. I was watching a stream. What was it? Liam 6. Where he was playing Pokemon Stadium. And this Ponyta kept using Fire Spin over and over and over and over until he got screwed over and lost. That was the biggest amount of bullshit in the world. Like, how did they do that? That's such a... I'm glad they fixed that, because probably people would just keep using that in competitive battling. Well, they probably would ban it. Competitive Pokemon battling, they have things where they have such a you know, never used tier, underused tier, overused tier, rarely used tier, Ubers tier, just everything. I'm like, wow. I probably would get into the competitive battling if it wasn't so... I don't know, I feel like I was too lazy to even make a team, because you gotta do all that IV stuff, which is actually kind of easier in Gen 6. But still, I'm like, I kinda don't want to do this. It's just so much work. And even if I did make a team, I'd probably stick with that one team, maybe. I don't know. It's just easier competitive battle now because you actually don't have to leave your house to do anything. You know, with the internet and all that stuff. It's so weird saying that. You could be like one of those... I feel like an old guy saying, well, back in my day, we didn't have any fancy wireless internet. You actually had to go to someone's house and sit in front of them in the Pokemon battle. Which I never did, by the way. I never traded with anyone. As a kid, either. Although now I can do it just because of how the trading thing is set up now. You can do that random trading. Ugh, hard to say. Yeah, you just feel like an old man half the time when I say stuff like that. Back in my day, Pokemon was like this, and Pokemon was like that. Pokemon's been around a while. What was it 98 or 97? Did the game come out in 98? 98 or 97, maybe. 90s. It's been out a while. Since the days of Red and Blue. Wow. It does make you feel old. Kind of like how if you watch Toy Story 3 and then realize, holy crap, I remember when the first Toy Story came out back in 1995. Everything starts to make you feel old eventually. Oh right, Feebas. I've been completely ignoring everything that's going on screen. Because honestly, there's not much. I don't make any progress. Very little. I don't get to the next town which I'm supposed to go to. Because I couldn't fight the... Did I fight Gym Leader Gideon? Yeah, I did. There was some town I just came from where it told me I couldn't fight the Gym Leader, which is apparently some kind of robot. I'm kind of interested in how that works. I have to go to another gym and beat that Gym Leader, kind of that thing. Like in Gen 4, at least, Diamond and Pearl, you had to fight Crasher Wake before you fought Fantina. Or however you pronounce her. Platinum, you can just fight her right away. Yeah, hey kids, shape up. Let's battle. All say the same thing. We should battle again sometime. Apparently there's some guy... Oh, well. We'll get to that next time when... Or not next time. Just a little bit up ahead. There's one guy up there who I thought was a trainer but wasn't. Hey kid, shape up, let's battle. That was it. And some of that I had to run back to the Pokemon Center. I'm still doing that a lot. Although I don't have as much money as I would like. I know in the beginning a lot of times you have to heal up, but this doesn't seem to have rest stops. I think Gen 5 had a lot of rest stops you could go to. Yeah, it's this guy. I think I should cut at some point. I think that's why I'm just... Yeah, I cut. I'm actually surprised I didn't hit a random encounter. Yeah, the Fisherman's Challenge. Defeat every fisherman in this route and upgrade your old rod to a good rod. Amazing deal. Actually, I haven't defeated every fisherman. I think I do off screen. There was one I missed. So, if I've gotten every single one of them, I think I'll be fine. I was thinking this was the guy who completely destroyed me that one time in the fail recording. But it's not. Although he did give me trouble. A lot of it just has to do with the fact that it's raining and I'm trying to use a fire type. They always have those rainy routes that someone will always have, like, a Pokemon that's weak to fire. So it kind of helps them in that sense. Of course, they have water types too. They never have routes that benefit a fire type. Like, hey, there's a route that's, like, really hot and, you know, has the ability drought or whatever going on. Things like that never benefits fire type Pokemon. They've had areas with hail. Although I don't think ice... Hail doesn't power up ice type moves, I don't think. I know it makes Blizzard 100% accurate. I know that. I think, yeah. I end up having to heal because of, you know, hacks and paralysis. Yeah, paralysis. Paralysis always hits you at that wrong moment. What do I do? Oh, I know what I do. Sonic Boom is, like, really bad. At this early in the game, it can destroy you. come to think of it, I did run into a trainer with Charmeleon off screen, and that thing had Dragon Rage. Which I'm so glad I managed to kill it, because that, that really would have been bad. 40 damage each time? Yeah. They can pretty much two-shot you. Yeah, I love having just one Pokemon you just use as a meat shield. Or I guess rock shield in this case. I'm thinking how these Pokemon function if they're rock types. Do they have blood or anything like that? Or is it... I know that's probably thinking way too deeply, but... sometimes you can't help it. What is rock and roll? Rock and roll is supposed to be based on... There's so many Pokemon that are just based on, like, a type of animal or maybe a mythical creature. It kind of depends. Like, Ponyta, obviously a horse. Or maybe a mythical horse, I don't know. There might be a mythical horse. Although Rapidash does have a horn, so it could be based on a unicorn, I don't know. Well, is that it? Oh, Clink. Was it... Yeah, there's Clink, which is just Steel, even though it learns electric-type moves. Thankfully, it didn't get the, you know, stab bonus with that whole, Thundershot crap. Sorry, it had the yawn there. Oh, I do get lucky with a burn right there, though. But then I get unlucky with a critical hit. I honestly should have seen that coming. Actually, I think the burn will kill it right now, so I will be good. Maybe? Yeah. Free experience points. I was hoping maybe Shroom would evolve here, but no. We'll get there. I want to teach it Brick Break, dang it. Powerful? No, you just were lucky. If I had a fight type, it would be good. Well, that's gonna do it. There's that one trainer up there. Or I hope it's a trainer. But that'll do it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.